Hey, welcome in. You're listening to another daily editorial on the Korelin Economics Report. I'm Korelin. Appreciate you joining me. Got Leonard Melman with me right now. Leonard is a gentleman who I've known for quite some time now. He was on a panel just last night over here at the Silver Summit. Just last night. Heck, it wasn't just last night. It was about 4 days ago at the Silver Summit. And I thought he had some made some very astute comments and had some very, very interesting things to say on macroeconomic issues, on precious metals issues, etc. Before we get into that, though, what I want to really chat about with Leonard is the Melman Report, his newsletter. Tell us about it, Leonard.
Okay, I started the Melman Report about 6 years ago, and that came as a result of writing for perhaps 9 or 10 different magazines and making many contacts within the mining world. And I felt, well, there's a better vehicle for me to use to get out the kind of thinking that I do and to publicize companies that I appreciate and admire, and that's how the Melman Report was formed. It has three basic portions. One is the company report sections, where companies list factual information. I don't offer buy or sell recommendations. I just post the factual information. The editorial parts are every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I write a commentary called Melman Minutes, and on occasion I'll pick up a topic that excites me for some reason, such as introducing people to Grover Cleveland, who I think was a very remarkable president, or making a comment, for example, from Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged that mirrors Barack Obama's comment about nobody doing anything on an individual basis. So that's what I try to do, work from a perspective of what makes economic and rational sense, publicize that, and then relate politics and economics to our world of base and precious metals mining.
You know, we've been doing that on the show for an awfully long time now, and I'm really, really glad that you're doing that. And I want to start collaborating with you on that particular subject more and more in the future, because my philosophy has always been, you want to get as much input as you possibly can from as many different people as you possibly can. I mean, you heard me say that last night when we had an interesting panel last night. There was Leonard, there was Roger Wiegand, there was Bix Beyer, John Kaiser, and then Jeff Christian. And Jeff Christian, philosophically, is coming from I would have to say, a different spot than the rest of the folks on the panel. But, everybody has something correct to say, in my opinion. And you got to listen to everybody and then make up your own mind.
Yeah, I believe that. Jeff was sort of, in a sense, perhaps the odd man out, if you want to use that expression.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I think that is the other four, including myself, believe there is a fundamental weakness and erroneous path being taken by the present economic leadership, and we have to do what we can to really revise that and get back on an Austrian school of economic path, something that is totally rational and reasonable, whereas I think Jeff is still thinking within the current system. And so many of his replies were sort of a different sort than the other replies.
Yeah, Jeff's an interesting guy. You either love him or you hate him. I happen to really enjoy talking to him because I think he's very bright. He's in the same camp, certainly, as, well, to an extent. I wouldn't put him exactly in the same camp as, say, John Nadler, but they're philosophically, they're both coming from pretty much the same spot. And I personally relish the time that I chat with both of them, because I think they both have some very, very interesting things to say. Do I completely agree with them? No. But you know what? That's what makes life interesting.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, even though I am a libertarian and a devout Austrian School of Economics follower, I have also read many of Karl Marx's works and John Maynard Keynes because unless you can understand the other side, it's hard to crystallize the thinking of your own arguments.
No, I absolutely agree 100%. We're going to get Leonard back on the show on a regular basis. I think he really, really has some interesting things to say. A couple of questions about the Melman Minutes and the Melman Report. Subscription-based or?
No, the total cost of the website is paid for by the subscribing companies. The subscriptions are free. They if they when they hear this, all you've got to do is go to www.themelmanreport.com, and when you go to the front page, there'll be a block clearly evident where you can enter a free subscription.
The Melman Report is, I think, something that everybody ought to read. We're going to make it real easy for you to do that. We're going to put the Melman Report whenever Leonard puts anything out. We'll put it on our site, and then that will direct you directly to his site. See what you think. Let me know in our daily forum. Leonard, thank you so much.